Welcome to the Daily. It's Wednesday, April 28th. Greg, last night, Philadelphia and New York renewed the rivalry. New York takes it again by a score of 2-1.
Yeah, a good game by New York, I thought. You know, they played a lot of their rookies and their new guys. We saw Chris Albright make his debut for the Red Bulls. That was pretty good for them, getting him back out on the field. And I thought they played a very good, controlled game. They had about 10 minutes there where they lost the plot in the second half a little bit. But for the most part, a good performance from New York.
Yeah, I looked to the performance of Tony Tchani. He controlled the midfield. Baki praised him as well.
Called him the king.
Yeah.
Love that.
That's a little, I think that's a little
it's a nickname. Let's see if it sticks.
For me, it's interesting to see these rookies come out for New York and even Philadelphia at times. And they show very well for little stretches, and then, you know, you can see the things that show that they're a rookie. So good to see flashes of brightness from these guys. Bad to see for Philadelphia, Sebastian Letou getting carted off the field though late in the game.
Yeah, Letou getting another goal for Philadelphia. However, he does go off. There's a fear that it might be an MCL strain. They're still waiting on the MRI to come back. But the other news I think for Philadelphia that's important, Jason, is Peter Novak's reaction to the game afterward. He slammed his players, questioning their work ethic and their performance, and actually made them do sprints in the stadium after the game. Now, I have to say, are these guys in high school or something? I mean, I know they're all a bunch of our teenagers, right? But still, if they're professionals, you're going to treat them like professionals. And I think in some ways, Peter Novak has embarrassed them by making them do this.
And maybe that's what he meant to do, and maybe he
but is that the right way to go
call.
About? That's fine, but normally, you know, we always talk about coaches and hear from coaches how we're going to address this behind closed doors. We're going to address this, as Bob Bradley says, on the inside, as opposed to showing it on the outside. So I have to question Peter Novak's decision to make them do sprints in the stadium.
Well, we'll see if they can use that as momentum, and turn it on as they move on, not in the U.S. Open Cup. Speaking of U.S. Open Cup, though, tonight, FC Dallas traveling to DC United. That game will be streamed, actually, on DCUnited.com, so you can watch that and see. It looks like the young players from FC Dallas are going to get a run. I'd like to see Breck Shea get out there, Perry Mirosevic, some of the young guys, and looks like they're going to get a shot tonight against DC.
Two teams that are winless in the league. They're both looking to break that and just at least get some momentum moving forward.
Right, and also Canadian Neutralite Championship tonight. Montreal traveling to Toronto, another MLS team in action tonight. Trying to get into Champions League, those two teams, by winning the Neutralite Championship.
Yep. The third team in that, of course, is Vancouver. I mean, so far, Toronto has not done a good job in the NCC, so hopefully they can get something together this time. But this is a preview, really, of what we expect to become a very good rivalry in the future in Canada between Montreal and Toronto.
4 teams with Edmonton coming in, so it's going to get harder.
You're adding Edmonton to it.
Well, that's what they're saying, is that it's likely going to turn into a 4-team tournament.
The NCC will, yeah.
Right. And it'll be harder for Toronto to qualify that in the future.
Well, also because Vancouver joining MLS next year, and there's reports out there that Montreal is the next Canadian team that will probably join in 2012 or 2013 or something like that.
Yeah, so those teams trying to get into Champions League. The Champions League final is tonight, Greg.
It is.
Pachuca hosting Cruz Azul. Cruz Azul ahead 2-1 on aggregate. What are you thinking?
This is Pachuca's game, I think. Going back home to Hidalgo Stadium, where they're a very good team at home. They know how to put these games away. Pachuca have a history of doing very well in the Champions League, obviously. And you know what? It's all there for them to take. Another trip to the Club World Cup for them. It would be fantastic, I think, for Pachuca to do it. Cruz Azul trying to get over that hump. They've lost several finals over the last couple of years. I think Enrique Meze, their coach, is a very good coach who has taken Pachuca to the Club World Cup in the past. Now he's trying to do it with Cruz Azul. In the end, though, I think the Gophers are going to get this done.
It'll be a battle. It'll definitely be an interesting game, and that's on Fox Soccer Channel tonight if you want to check that out. Is there another Champions League game today, Greg?
I've heard there is another Champions League game. Not on this side of the pond, however. It is, of course, the UEFA Champions League, the big one. After yesterday's win by Bayern Munich, 3-0 thumping of Lyon. Right. So they go into the finals, although we did hear today that Franck Ribéry will be missing. He received a 3-match ban for his red card in the first leg. But today's the big one, Barca-Inter.
Yeah, not what you want to see with one of the marquee players going out, especially if you have that chance for a Ribéry-Messi final, or even Schneider. I mean, not to say that both of these teams have plenty of players.
Inter right now is up 3-1 on aggregate, and they're going to Barcelona, and you have Jose Mourinho as your coach. This is a guy who knows tactically how to shut that game down, especially with the players they have in the back.
But that's that's why everyone's going to be watching it, because a guy like Lionel Messi, he's the guy who could break it. If someone could break Inter, it could be him. So it'll be definitely an interesting matchup today.
Should be a game. Should be a good game. And also, don't forget that today the power rankings for MLS come out here on MLSsoccer.com.
Check it out. And email us at TheDaily@MLS Soccer with your thoughts on any of the games today, the results from the weekend, whatever you want us to talk about or questions to answer. We'll be back tomorrow for more.